A man standing on a sun-drenched boardwalk, the Black Sea glittering like a sheet of diamonds under the Crimean sun. He's watching a woman, young, delicate, a little white dog prancing at her side. Her face, there's something about it, a quiet sadness, a mystery that grabs him like a hook. Who is she? Why does she look so lost, like a song played in the wrong key? This is Dmitri Gurov, a banker from Moscow, married but restless, chasing a thrill in Yalta. One glance at this woman, Anna Sergeyevna, and his world tilts. What happens when a single look sparks something dangerous, something that could unravel everything? Hold on tight, because this story's got secrets that'll keep you guessing. It's 1899, and Yalta's alive with summer's pulse. The boardwalk hums with vacationers, ladies in wide hats, men in crisp linen suits, the air thick with salt and laughter. Waves crash softly against the shore, gulls wheel overhead, and the scent of grilled fish and blooming jasmine floats through the warm breeze. Dmitri, pushing 40, cuts a fine figure, tall, dark hair just starting to gray at the temples, a charming smile that hides a cynical edge. Back in Moscow, his marriage is a dull routine, like a clock ticking too loud. His wife's sharp voice, her endless critiques, the kids' constant demands, they're why he's here, escaping into Yalta's fleeting freedom. Affairs? Oh, he's had those, quick flings that fade like morning mist. They're just distractions, nothing more, a way to feel alive for a moment. Then he sees her. Anna Sergeyevna, maybe mid-20s, walks alone, her white Pomeranian trotting proudly, its fur catching the sunlight like a tiny cloud. She's not flashy, her cream-colored dress is simple, flowing, with a high neck and lace trim, her straw hat, tied with a pale ribbon, shades her face. But her soft brown eyes hold a story, a flicker of melancholy that stops Dmitri cold. Whispers ripple through the crowd, she's new, married, from some sleepy provincial town nobody's heard of. He watches her for days, catching glimpses at open-air cafes, on the sandy beach, her dog always at her heels. She moves with a quiet grace, like she's floating through Yalta's chaos, untouched but burdened. His heart stirs, a mix of curiosity and something deeper, something he's not ready to name. He can't stay away. One evening, as the sky burns pink and gold, the boardwalk quiets, the crowd thinning as the sun dips low. Anna's sitting on a wooden bench, her dog sniffing the salty air. Dmitri strolls over, casual but calculated, and crouches to pet the Pomeranian. Cute little fellow, isn't he? He says, flashing that easy smile. Anna startles, then smiles back, shy but warm, her eyes catching the fading light. They talk, small things at first, the warm weather, the sea's endless rhythm. Her voice is soft, almost musical, but there's a tremble in it, like she's guarding something. Over coffee at a nearby cafe, the sea lapping in the background, she opens up a bit. She's married to a clerk, a man she barely knows, in a town where days drag like years. Her life feels like a cage, she says, her gaze dropping to her hands, twisting a napkin. Dmitri listens, his usual smooth talk faltering. This isn't just another flirtation, there's a spark here, a pull he can't explain. Days blur into a rhythm. They walk the shore, their footsteps sinking into the warm sand, the waves whispering secrets. They share meals at stalls strung with lanterns, laughing over spilled wine, watching sunsets paint the sky in fiery reds and purples. Anna's laughter is rare but bright, like a star breaking through clouds. Dmitri feels alive, younger, but there's an edge to it, a sense of stepping too close to a cliff. Is this just a summer game, like his other flings? Or is something bigger brewing, something that could burn them both? One night, as they linger by the water, the air heavy with jasmine, their hands brush. The moment hangs, charged, dangerous. One step, and there's no going back. What's he risking? What's she hiding? The sea keeps their secret, but for how long? Yalta's nights are pure magic, stars twinkling like diamonds, the sea murmuring secrets, the air sweet with jasmine and salt. Dmitri and Anna are inseparable now, their talk stretching late, their glances heavy with meaning. But there's a question hanging over them, how far will this go? One night, under a velvet sky, they find out. They're alone on a cliffside path, the world hushed, the waves a soft heartbeat below. Their eyes lock, and then, they kiss. It's like a spark igniting a fire, thrilling but terrifying. Anna pulls back, tears streaming down her pale cheeks, her voice breaking as she whispers, "I'm a bad woman." Dmitri's heart pounds. He's done this before, right? Walked away from flings without a scratch. But her pain, her raw fear, it's shaking him. Is he just playing, or is he falling too? What's he risking it all for? That kiss changes everything. Anna's a wreck, guilt tearing her apart like a storm. She's betrayed her husband, a man she doesn't even love, but the weight of it crushes her. They sit on a weathered bench overlooking the sea, the moon casting silver light on her trembling hands. Dmitri wraps an arm around her, murmuring, it's all right, but his own heart's racing. This isn't like his other affairs, quick and forgettable like a half-remembered song. Anna's different, her honesty, her vulnerability, it's burrowing into him, cracking his cynical shell. He feels a tenderness he's never known, and it's unsettling, like standing on a ledge with no railing. They spend their days in a haze, wandering Yalta's winding paths, past blooming gardens and rocky shores. They steal moments in hidden coves, their whispers mixing with the waves' soft roar. Anna's torn, thrilled by this passion, sick with shame over her betrayal. Dmitri's caught too, his heart waking up after years of numbness. Every glance, every touch, pulls them deeper. They sit under starry skies, sharing stories of their pasts, Anna's quiet childhood in a provincial town, her marriage arranged more by duty than love, Dmitri's restless youth, his marriage that's become a cage of routine. The sea listens, its waves a constant murmur, as if guarding their secrets. But Yalta's a bubble, and bubbles burst. One morning, Anna gets a letter, its words like a cold slap. Her husband needs her back home. The news hits them hard, like a sudden storm cloud over their sunny days. They stand on the boardwalk, the air heavy, her eyes wet with unshed tears. "I have to go," she says, her voice barely a whisper. Dmitri nods, his throat tight, telling himself it's just another fling, nothing special. Their goodbye is hushed, painful, her hand lingers in his, then slips away as she boards the train. The station's chaos fades as her face disappears behind a window. Dmitri heads back to Moscow, to his wife, his kids, his predictable life. He tells himself he'll forget her, like he's forgotten the others. The train rattles through the countryside, and he stares out at the passing fields, expecting her memory to fade. But it doesn't. Anna's face haunts him, her soft laugh, the way her eyes caught the Yalta sun. A shadow creeps into his chest, a quiet ache that won't leave. Is this over, or is it just the start of something he can't control? Back in Moscow, the city's grayness presses in, and he knows he's in trouble. Something's shifted inside him, and there's no going back. Moscow's cold, like a slap you didn't see coming. The streets are gray, snow piling up, the air biting at your face. Dmitri's back to his routine, bank meetings, family dinners, card games with friends. But it's all wrong. Anna's everywhere in his head, her laugh echoing like a song he can't stop humming, her touch lingering like a ghost. His wife's sharp voice grates, his kids' chatter feels distant, his life like a cage he didn't notice before. He's in love, proper love, and it's messing him up bad. He's never felt this way, not in all his years of chasing quick thrills. So, one crazy day, he says, enough, and jumps on a train to Anna's town. Is she thinking of him too? Or has she moved on, locked back in her old life? The answer's waiting, but it's a risky game he's playing. Her town's a sleepy nowhere, snow dusting the streets like forgotten dreams. Wooden houses huddle under bare trees, the air sharp with frost. Dmitri's heart thumps as he paces outside her home, a modest place with lace curtains, watching for her shadow in the lamplight. The cold seeps into his bones, but he can't leave. She's not there. His breath catches, panic creeping in. Has he come all this way for nothing? A passerby mentions she's at the theater tonight, a rare outing with her husband. Dmitri's pulse races. He buys a ticket, his hands shaking as he grips the stub, and steps into the theater's warm, crowded glow. The auditorium buzzes, velvet seats, chandeliers glinting, the hum of voices. Then he sees her, sitting a few rows ahead, her face pale, her posture stiff beside a man with a bland, clerkish look. Anna's eyes are distant, like she's somewhere else. Then they lock with his, and it's like the world stops, the crowd fading to a blur. Is she still his, or has her heart moved on? During the intermission, they steal a moment on a dim staircase, the theater's chatter muffled behind them. Anna's trembling, her voice a frantic whisper. "I think of you every day," she says, her eyes glistening. "My life's empty without you." Dmitri's heart leaps, but there's fear too. This is dangerous, reckless. She's trapped in her marriage, suffocated by her town's smallness, but she'll come to Moscow, using fake doctors' visits as a cover. They clutch each other, their kiss quick, desperate, the risk of discovery hanging over them like a storm cloud. Footsteps echo nearby, and they part, her hand slipping from his. Dmitri heads back to Moscow, his head spinning with hope and dread. The train's rhythm feels like a heartbeat, each thud asking, "What now?" They're in deep, playing a game where one wrong move could shatter everything. Back home, he lies awake, Anna's face burned into his mind, wondering how long they can keep this secret alive. Their lives are split now, like a Bollywood double role. There's the outside world, Dmitri with his wife and kids, Anna with her husband, and the secret world, a cramped Moscow hotel room where they steal precious hours. Every few months, Anna steps off a train, her face nervous but glowing, her bag clutched tight as she hurries to him. They fall into each other's arms, the room's faded wallpaper and creaky bed forgotten. Those moments are everything, laughter, whispers, a love so fierce it drowns out the world. But it's not easy. Anna cries often, guilt gnawing at her, terrified someone will spot her in Moscow. Dmitri, who used to shrug off affairs like dust, feels her pain like a knife. He holds her, promising they'll find a way, but how? Society's watching, ready to judge. Their families would break. What's the cost of this love, and can they pay it? The hotel room becomes their sanctuary, its windows fogged with winter frost or streaked with summer rain. They talk for hours, about their dreams, their fears, the lives they're trapped in. Anna speaks of her husband, a decent man but dull, her days filled with empty routines. Dmitri shares his own struggles, his wife's coldness, the bank's endless demands. Their love grows deeper, rawer, but the secrecy weighs heavier each time. Every knock on the door makes Anna flinch, every letter from home tightens the knot in her stomach. Dmitri's no stranger to risk, but this feels different, like walking a tightrope with no net. He lies awake after she leaves, staring at the ceiling, her scent still on the pillow, wondering how long they can keep this up. One winter evening, snow falling softly outside their hotel window, they sit close, older now, gray streaking their hair like threads of time. The room's warm, the lamplight casting soft shadows on Anna's face. They talk about escape, leaving their spouses, starting fresh somewhere new. But the world's not kind to people like them. Scandal would follow, whispers would sting, their families would suffer. Money's tight, future's uncertain. Yet their love burns brighter, a fire that refuses to die. Dmitri looks at Anna, her eyes soft but determined, and feels a surge of hope. "We'll find a way," he says, his voice steady despite the odds. She nods, her hand in his, believing it too. They don't know how, don't know when, but they hold tight to that dream, a life where they can love openly, no shadows, no lies. And that's where it ends, no big climax, no neat answers, just two people caught in a love that won't let go. The snow keeps falling, the world keeps turning, and they're left on the edge, dreaming of a future they can't quite see. It's messy, it's real, and it leaves you wondering, what would you do for a love like that? Would you risk it all, or walk away? Chekhov doesn't tell us what happens next, and maybe that's the point, it's their fight, their hope, their secret, burning bright against the cold.